Thank you very much, Father. It's great to be here, and I'm very excited. First off, I want to thank Father Michael, thank Thomas, thank Cecilia for setting all this up. And I tell you, Susie and Eddie are amazing people. And Susie, boy, we got to talk a lot because you got some great stuff going there. You know, we love our kids, and that's why we got a picture of the kids here happening, right? It's all about the kids and who they are, because we always think of them as kind of like an other, like who are they, what are they doing? You know, you have this idea. When I first went to China, I spend many years, I teach in the summer in Vietnam. I teach out in the countryside for one of the dioceses. And so it was interesting. So from there, I kind of got a chance to visit a little bit. And then I got a chance to actually go to Hong Kong and Shenzhen and then Shanghai and Beijing. And it's truly a captivating place. And then I got to know more of the kids who came to our school. So ours is going to be mine is going to be a little bit of a nuts and bolts way of looking at stuff. So just real quickly, so you learned a little bit about me there, and I've been teaching 17 years there since 1979. I've been teaching, and it's an all boys school. It's about 840 boys. We're on the peninsula between San Francisco up north and San Jose down south. So we're about a half hour from each of those areas. But what's really amazing is that we're right in the middle of Silicon Valley, right? So we have Apple a few miles away from us. We've got Google, we've got YouTube, we've got Netflix, all of that is all right here. So there is that sort of excitement about having that, and also being close to China. You know, we're right by SFO. We're about 6 minutes from SFO, and that makes it really easy. Now we're a diocesan school. Okay, we're not an order school. So we have different ways we have to look at things. We have to say things to our archbishop. We have to be real careful how we do things. But we have 13 schools in the archdiocese, and 6 of them have full-blown programs with international students, primarily Chinese, but Indian and other areas too. We've had Korean kids, we had Romanian kids. So it's been kind of interesting. And these are the pictures of all our kids, and we're so excited, but this is what you see all the time. So let me give you a little bit of, first off, the question, of course, why do so many parents trust? And I want to highlight that word trust, because just like you heard Susie and Eddie, it's all about, why does Susie and Eddie sound like a TV show? It's all about educating, right? It's all about how can we trust you to educate, but trust you with our kids, because I mean, when you got a boy or a girl, and if it's your only boy, your only girl, I mean, that's scary enough, but in a whole nother country. So how do they do that? This is a few of our kids. So let me go into that a little bit. So what we found is number one was safety, and I don't blame them. So many of the parents will come over when their kid first comes, or first in the fall, and they stay a week, and they come to school every day. They kind of meet everybody, and that's a real important thing for us. Discipline, just like Susie mentioned, right? Discipline is going to be critical. Now, we're an all-boys school. Boys are very easy to teach. You can yell at them, and 2 minutes later, they come right up to you, and they forget it ever happened. Right, it's very simple to teach boys, and in an all boys setting. Now we have boys during the day, but in the morning before school, we'll have jazz band, we have choir. In the evenings, of course, we have all the sports. So they'll have swimming together, they'll have track together. So they do see the girls. Of course, we mentioned, because Eddie mentioned about the high student achievement. That's critical, of course. So I'll get into that a little bit to show you how we got to show that off. And I know that Susie, sometime we should get together and look at our view books and kind of get those things going and trade some stuff. Strong academics for us. The availability of junior college classes is massive, especially for math. So we get kids coming in fairly advanced levels of math. We can push them harder. They do the summer geometry. They go farther and farther and farther. Extracurriculars are really important for us. All boys school, you'll see sports is a big thing, but everything else is kind of massive too. And of course, there's peer support is something that they want. They want to make sure that they're comfortable with the other kids, and that's something we try to foster. So let me go a little bit more with that. Let me go to the next slide here. I'm learning how to do it this way. Number one, we limit our kids. Now, never more than 30. So never more than 30. What parents are looking for when they look for our school is they're looking for a place where their kids are going to be forced to speak English. When there's a lot of Chinese kids, it tends to be like, oh, it's a big dorm and everybody speaks Chinese all during the day. During the day, not allowed to speak Chinese, and we keep them in different groups when we do group work, right? So we're forcing them to do English, forcing them to do English. Now, if they want to tutor Mandarin, because we get Mandarin, great, they can tutor the Mandarin kids. But over and over and over again, it's all about Chinese speaking. So that anytime we go anywhere with them, anytime we do things, because there's a lot of small trips, travel, that's going to be critical. So we limit the number, and we found that that's been a real positive for a number of parents. Okay, let's see. There is a healthy interaction with the other students. So we have two sister Catholic schools, and one of them, Notre Dame in Belmont, has a real thriving international program also. So we do so many things getting the kids together, and it's the Chinese parents appreciate it because they get to spend, our boys get to spend time with Chinese girls, but it's very structured, right? We're going to the movies, we're going out to eat, we're doing things like this. So this they found is something that they want their kids to be able to be involved in. And it's really sweet because we find a lot of the senior prom dates tend to be this sort of the Chinese to Chinese kids. Okay. Now, family celebrations are something that to look for. We celebrate this, as you can see, was Thanksgiving. We have all the celebrations together. It's really fun. So when we have the Christmas, well, it's virtual this year, but when we have the Christmas celebration, right? Thanksgiving celebration, they're shown what a turkey is, right? This is why we have turkey. These are the sides. This is what we do at Thanksgiving. This is why we have Thanksgiving. So we do the same thing at Christmas and Easter and Halloween and 4th of July. We do a little bit later, right? But what are these things? What does it mean to be American? This becomes critical in not only in history class, but in our theology classes too, when they understand when we do social justice, which is a different way of looking at life than it is in China, right? We look at social justice, we look at what is a person, we look at personhood, do a lot of philosophy. So this becomes critical, idea of family. I think family translates beautifully from one of those cultures to the next. So here's what we found out. I love this little list. That Mike Keller is our Susie Kramer. So Mike is the one who said, Mike, so is there a difference between our Hong Kong and mainland kids and transfers? He said, oh yeah, let me tell you. So you see on the left, number one, excellent university. So we push that big time. Number two is safety. And these are not really in order, but safety, really critical. And I'll show you how we kind of foster that. And the school procuring homestay parents, not agents. Like how Susie does, we do the same thing because we want to really make sure all the time. They don't like the idea of agents. They don't trust that for procuring homestay. And finally, Hong Kong parents are looking at the entrepreneurial and business. So we push that a lot with what we have in, we have design thinking. I do that with my studies at Stanford. We do design thinking. At school, we have a lot of those sort of classes and entrepreneurial classes, virtual enterprise, and some of the Hong Kong students love that. Now, the transfer students, we get a number of transfer students. They also want a more rigorous curriculum, but they're transferring because they don't want to have 100 other Chinese kids at their school, right? So they want less and they want to learn more in the language. So we tend to find that about half of our transfers are highly high performing academics, and but are at schools where aren't, or they want less Chinese students because they want to learn the language. And then the other thing is they want a more home-like atmosphere in school with homestay. So this has been really critical for us. This has been really powerful. Ooh, now I can't do that. There we go. You know how you do this and you're reminding the kids. So what do we do? What do we have to do now? Because things are changing. So of course, WeChat has been huge for us. And, we're really pushing that. Of course, Susie mentioned that. And we're constantly pushing out pictures and videos and money transfers. That's really a powerful thing. Kid needs something really quickly. We can do that sort of thing back and forth, and not just communication. Just even in the hallway, take a picture, send it, right? A bunch of the kids are in the international office, take a picture, send it, right? A little video. Hi, Mom, we're having a great time today. Hi, Dad. That sort of thing has been really great for us. I have to use this. Now, alumni, we mentioned before, is a public, so they are the public relations experts. On the left is Andrew Lynn, on the right is Andrew from last week with really long hair. He apologized because he wasn't supposed to have long hair. It's Sarah, and now he can grow it. But the idea of alumni, so we put them in touch, especially because like alumni now at the bigger schools. It's very easy to set up a quick Zoom meeting from the United States over to China and vice versa to get them going, and we can be also a part of that. We can be a hub of being able to do that. A parent to parent. So when we're this is a couple of years ago in Shenzhen, so hanging out with some of the parents, making a big deal. They were just great. It was almost like they said, okay, don't worry, Gary, we're going to sit with you for the whole time and we'll talk to all the parents and you talk to the kids. Anytime we can get parent to parent, especially in the same city, that's been really, really powerful for us. So how do we get the messaging out about who we are? Well, on the view books, let me show you really quickly what we noticed. This is, we did research on this. Do number one on the left, do the logos of the universities. Oh my God, that just sucks them in, right? The universities our kids have gone to. You don't have, if you have no one go to Harvard, don't worry about it. They know a lot of these universities. The scores, because Eddie mentioned, right, about the importance of scores. Images of anything that's technical. So you got your robotics, you got students of computers. They could not believe, the parents were impressed that the kids could go in the library for quiet time and study, even when they couldn't go home. They had to wait for parents to come home. This is a huge plus for them. And our boys do that also. Mock trial, right? Speech, debate, those are huge. Math class, right? And facts. Please don't put in your view books, we love our students. Okay, that's not, yeah, everybody does, right? And the agents, they don't care. We are cool school pages, like, look at us, aren't we cool, aren't we wonderful? They don't need fluff. So agents skip right over that. I love watching agents read the view books. They know where to go to get the information. And a big thing, if you're going to be going and doing the tours, is just to have one, because we gave out so many of the larger view books, just have a one-page jobby that kids can pick up, because a lot of kids just walk by and grab stuff. So because the kids go online, like you heard before, they go online. That's a big thing. Now, yes, sports is big. Being a boys' school, look at these guys. Look at these guys. That's sophomores, and they made the team, right? The JV. So sports, put videos up, lots of videos on the website. Like Susie mentioned, right? Show the pool, big pool, soccer, basketball. Every kid in the whole world plays basketball. Every boy, I should say, because we know boys. Well, do that. And what's real important is no cut sports. So our football team is no cut. Our swimming team is no cut. So where can a kid who's never played football before, but they've seen it on TV, right? Who never played basketball at school, but seen it. You can come here and do that too. Also, like I mentioned about robotics are important. Do the field trips. We go to a lot of tech companies, immersion trips. Being Catholic, oh my gosh. Going to immersion trips are huge. Now, not all our kids can go to Guatemala, can go to El Salvador, right? Can go out of the country, but can go within the country. And to see them working with the poor, to see them helping others is huge. Also, videos of things blowing up and dissections, all of that is great. We have a number of kids who are going to want to major in bio. We get them all set up also at Stanford. They go to the bio lab up there when they do their social justice research projects. And math class, anything where they're doing math. Brag about the location. So we make a big deal. We're right by SFO, Golden Gate, love that. But also notice on the bottom left, it's very middle class, it's comfortable, it's a very safe place. So safety not only at school and home, but walking around. Our kids can easily take the bus or the train into San Francisco, and it's very safe for them. And then the homestay, I can't tell you enough, right? Homestay, like Susie mentioned, it's all about the bonding. And the families just are still very close. Anytime the kids go back to China, they stop here with their homestay families. And when the families come here from China, they stop. So homestay, it seems to be massive for us. Honors and AP, yes, but there's more. Don't forget to brag about how much your seniors have made. 29.5 million was the amount of scholarships our seniors made this past June for college. So you want to throw in money. How much? Because our parents are paying a lot of money. So if they know they can get maybe a $50,000 scholarship, or I know a lot of our kids go full. They have to pay full price, right? Because we're out of the country. But you'd be surprised the number of scholarships the kids can get. And college counseling, I think that's something we don't talk about enough. So we have Naviance. When they're freshman year, the parents and the kids go college shopping right away. They put in how much money they have, how much they want to spend, what the GPA is. It updates what activities they do. And we have college essay boot camp at the week after school is out, right? And the week before school starts, where the college counselors work. We have 5 of them. They work with our kids on their college essays. So anytime you can show that we're getting them ready for college, that would be massive. And so finally, I just want to say everything, it's all about community. How can you bring everyone together, right? So there's Andy, second to the right, who actually led one of the groups for Kairos, right? So community, how can you show them that it's all together and all in one? So that's all I have to show you today, and some nuts and bolts. And it's very exciting stuff. Thank you very much.